today we are going to discuss about OpenVPN. So what is an OpenVPN? So VPN is nothing but a virtual private network, which creates a tunnel network between the outside world and to the computers connected to the network. So we are here going to demonstrate based on this network. So I have an OpenVPN server configured in the Untangle suite, and I have some host connected to the Untangle service and the virtual VPN client my laptop, as I'm going to demonstrate and connect it to this VPN OpenVPN server. So let's see how it goes. So as I informed, I installed Untangle DB in OS suite, where we are going to configure the server OpenVPN, and I have a host machine connected to the OpenVPN server, which is the database machine, which is Microsoft Windows 7 machine. And I also need Kali Linux in order to see the configuration files, open the files, connect to the server, and it also acts as a client for the OpenVPN server. And of course, I'm also creating a local VPN connect. So this will make us to connect to the OpenVPN server. Okay. So this server Untangle and the host machines are internally connected with a bridge network. As we know that Untangle supports two Ethernet cards. So one is for the internal cards and the other one is the external one. So we can see that by launch client. So it asks for the password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have just configured as a local one. So it loads. So if you go to the config network, so we have two Ethernet networks. One is for the internal, so where the host machines and other machines are connected to the Untangle, and the external IP address, which is used to connect from the outside world. So these are two Ethernet cards, which is very much necessary for the Untangle configurations. So since they were connected already, so we can go to the host machine and then try to access the Untangle machine. So the default IP address will be 192.168.2.1. It's not now. So I can also access the web machine on the web access using this default IP address with the icon. Untangle, let's go here until it loads. So here in the Untangle, there are many sorts of applications. So dashboard, it says the general what is the configurations, memory resources, CPU allocations, and we are interested in the OpenVPN. So it has many applications. So here the OpenVPN lies the application. So in order to configure, let's see whether it's loaded. No, okay. So in order to configure, we can say OpenVPN is disabled. So first, the primary step, we have to enable the OpenVPN. So OpenVPN is enabled. So it has tabs like this: status, server, client, and advanced. The server is required to enable the OpenVPN server. So what is the site name? So we can say it is as VPN, just VPN. And the address space, these are the range of address where when our client is connected, this address pool is provided to the machine. So in order to obfuscate this original address. So this is the site URL because it's the external address connected to the Untangle server. So if you need to access, this will be the IP address for the server. So here we have three options like remote clients, groups, and exported networks. So remote clients, so we can add the users here. So I can add user 1, or we can add famous names, Alice. So let it be a default group, and they are individual client, yes. And I can also add another user, which is Bob. So let it be the same group and default one. And default group, there is only one group I created. The internal network is 2.1 with the host machine, yes, right. And then we can save this. And one more thing, we can also, for the security purpose, we can enable the username and password authentication. So in order to activate this username and password, we need to create the directory for them. So where the username and password details are stored, and to verify the actual user are connected to the server. So let's go to the configure directory, and then we can just add the users. So our users are Alice. So first name is Alice, last name is nothing. So Alice at untangle.com. So I'll create password is Alice, and the password never expires, so we can give okay. And also I need to add one more user who is Bob, and his first name is Bob. No, so Bob at untangle.com. Password let me give as Bob. Password never expires. So can save this. So there are two users whose username and passwords are already already there. And enable access point, shared secret. These are something just connected to the radio active directory and active directory. So these are not required for us right now. And the network configurations are fine. Everything is okay. Let's go back to apps and check the servers. All are okay. Client, all are okay. And the advanced. So this is more important. So whenever we send the data whenever we request the data from the server, from the server by the client, so they use some encryption protocols. So this Untangle uses the default AES 128 CVC. So let's demonstrate with this encryption method. And the port is 1194, and there are some default options for this, like mode, certificate authority, certificate, what's the key, what is the client configuration directory. These are all already checked to keep the communication between the client and the server machine. So this is already advised by to use this. These configurations are already set, and if we change something, and we have to bear with the consequences. So let's go with the default configurations, and let's analyze how it is connected with the certificates, how they are downloaded. So just save this. We go with the default ones. It's fine. Okay, now let us go to the machine. So once we save the users, and then we get the configurations files. So let's download these configurations files. So we need to connect with the OpenVPN line. So let's download both this file and this file. Close. And also we will download for the Bob. This is for the OpenVPN Connect tab, and this is for the other remote site-to-site connection. So this one and this one. Close. Save. And then we can close this. Now we need to share these files to our client machines. So hence I'm going to use just Beamit for to transfer the certificates. Accept. Transfer. So they are in the details. So let me copy all this and then create a link. QZMF9. Okay. So if I go to Kali machine, my client machine, and then I open the browser, just Beamit. And the link is QEMF9. Right. So QEMF9. No. So let's verify again. QZMF9. QZMF9. So we can find the link. So we can download these files. Yes. Okay. And also we need this for our laptop machine. So we have to activate create the link again because we can download only one. So YZX40. So I can go back here. Just a minute. Why is that X4E download? So we have everything now. So let's see, all the files are downloaded. Okay, so I just copied all the configuration files from where we transferred. So let's analyze what's inside these configuration files. So we open this and we have two folders. So one is called the Untangle VPN Alice. So inside, so we have keys, VPN config, and VPN VPN. Let's go to the keys, check. So there is three entities. One is key, one is certificate, and one is the certificate authority. See, so this is the parent certificate and the child certificate of the Alice and the Alice private key. So let's verify Alice private key. Alice.key. Okay, wrong. It's capital VPN. Sorry. So you can see, so when you open this, it's a private key of the Alice, which is used to sign his or her certificate. And this is similar with the Bob, and also they have the certificate. So it is VPN Alice dot hyphen ca dot crt. So this is the certificate of the Alice to verify. Since it's an open VPN, the public key infrastructure is all maintained openly with certificate of the Alice issued from the certificate authority and signed by its private key. So these are the configuration files. And if you open this file, it's a combination of all the certificate and the private keys. So let's exit from here. So we are in, okay, let's open and go back here. So let's cat verify OpenVPN Alice inline.ovpn file. So if you can see in this file, it's private key of the Alice, certificate signed by the Alice, and the certificate issued by the certificate authority. So we have two. So now let's try to connect our user to the server. Let's clear everything. So in order to connect to this user, so OpenVPN Alice on the configuration file, OVPN file. So just click this. So it asks for the username. So what is the username for us? It's Alice. Password for the Alice is Alice. This connection is initiated, and if you can go and check our mission status, give refresh. So you can see there's on 54. The Alice mission is connected to this. So let's verify it's the same mission or not. So we can check with ifconfig. You can see it's 154 and it's the same with the mission 154. So Alice is now connected. Let's try to connect Bob as well. So for Bob, so we use the same command, but Bob configuration. So Bob username is Bob, password is Bob as well. Trying to connect. Yes, it's now connected, and let's verify here. So we have the Bob this password. Okay. Now let's try to connect this with the OpenVPN client mission. So let's clear everything. So these connections I made temporary with the timeout time, so that's why they don't stay. So kill can use OpenVPN kill OpenVPN. Yes. So it should be gone. Okay. Now I'm going to use the OpenVPN Connect. It's a client software in order to connect with the OpenVPN server. So let's first try to import the file. So I have two of them. So two configuration which contains the certificate, private key of the Alice in order to connect with the servers. So let's import this and this thing one by one. Yeah. So this is the server which configured. So its name is Alice, our username, and password. Yes, Alice. We know. Okay. So it's now connected. So we need to add one more user whose name is Bob. Fine. Connect. Username is Bob. Just connect. So it is a at least only one time, as this software limits to only one time one of the user at a time. So let's see whether we are connected with the Alice. Yes. So we are connected with the Alice, and the pool address is 172.16.16. So now let's verify whether the computer has been assigned with this pool of address in this range. Let's go to our mission command prompt and then try to check ipconfig. Okay, and yes, so if you see the local area connection and the IP4 address, the public WAN address is 172.16.1.6 is assigned to this machine in order to protect the actual IP address of the client. Let's try to connect with the Bob. So we'll go there and then go to the profiles. So let's connect Bob now. So Bob password is POP. So right now we are connected with the Bobs, and let's verify the Bob. Okay, it is just loading, so we can use this machine, this original machine, and I'm just using the host machine to replicate the data. So it's the same. So yeah, okay, it's loading, and you can see the connection status, the private channel established between this client machine and server. Okay, so go to the apps, open VPN, and we can see the Bob is connected over here with IP address. This time is 1.10. Let's verify the IP address. Before it was 1.6, and this time the IP address is, it should be like 1.10. So matches with the IP address. Let's verify. There is also some features like you can also view reports and see what is the OpenVPN summary of how many users, bandwidth used, sessions, clients. So you can see two users, Alice and Bob. So Alice used this much of these are some additional features of the Untangle software. So and you can see how many times Alice and Bobs are connected, the statistics events, how much data transferred, client name, the pool address assigned. So all these data can be visualized in this so bandwidth usage. Yes, so we have a sharp increase. Before it was not used by the server, but after that we have a sharp increase by two of the users connected to this. So that's it. So let's go back to the apps and open VPN. So if you disable this uh, username password authentication, the client mission does not client or the other Kali mission does not require the authentication for this. So whenever we enable, it will look for the configuration directory where the username and password is already set for that service. So we can normally all the users are pre-configured already here and then they are connected. So this software has some limitations like one user at a time because I'm in like version, but normally we can have a different number of users and then get connected with this. So thank you for watching this video. and let's come back with another tutorial. Thank you.